It is a great honor and a privilege to introduce Hannah.
Goldwyn.
And you were Alexander.
Alexander.
And Hannah, when were you born?
I was born in Berlin in 10th of March 26.
It's a great honor and a privilege to have Sylvia Shyne, my favorite patient. Sylvia, you are amazing, you really are. And you are 94 years young. It's incredible.
I think it's incredible too. I can't believe it.
So Sylvia,
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem, and you mentioned that your best friend, who's your sister, Hannah Goldwyn, and her maiden name was Alexander. Her father was a rabbi in Berlin.
He was a rabbi in Berlin.
And your family took her in the Kindertransport?
She came over when she was 13 to England. And I remember my brother going to pick her up at the centre where all the children were gathered. And she tells the story of how she came to the house. My sister answered the door when she came. She thought my sister was the maid. And it was on a Friday, and we had the first Shabbat all together. And she was so thrilled to see my father making Kiddush and everybody around the Shabbat table. It was what she was used to.
And you gave up your bed for Hannah?
Oh, she's always telling me. She said, how can you like me? She said, you had to go and sleep in your parents' room.
And you've remained best friends and sisters for how many years? Since you were 13?
Since she was 13. And she said the other day, I spoke to her on the phone yesterday, we had a long chat, and she said, do you know, of all the Kindertransport children I've spoken to, none of them ever kept in touch with the families they lived with. They just lost touch with them. And I'm the only one who, all these years, still belong to the same family.
Wow, because your parents were very close with her as well?
When she came to Israel and she went to, I think she told you the story of how she went to live on this kibbutz with her husband, whom she met. She went on Hachshara. My parents wanted her to continue her studies, but she only wanted to come to Israel because she had a brother and a sister living in Israel, and she wanted to join them. So she went to this particular kibbutz, Sadat Yam, in Caesarea. You visited her.
You remember we went there last year?
That's right.
For the reunion.
My parents went to visit her, and I remember she was telling me my father said to her, you know, Hannah, I'll always love you, but I'm very disappointed because it was not from kibbutz and they didn't keep kashrut. But a few years later, after my parents had passed away, my sister, she said to my sister, you know, you can now eat in our dining room. And because they had so many tourists who loved to come to that particular kibbutz in Caesarea, and they needed to have a kosher dining room, so they had a shomer. So my sister, who visited her, wasn't convinced, and she went to the kitchen to investigate, and she saw the shomer there, and the shomer was the son of one of the Rabbonim who used to come to our home in England.
It's amazing.
Came to our home in England, and we knew him very well. So she said, okay.
And Sylvia, you regarded Hannah as your sister as well?
Oh yes, of course.
And you've kept this beautiful, wonderful, close friendship for all these years?
when I married my husband, and I used to go and visit her on the kibbutz.
And you speak to her quite often as well.
I speak to her every week, every Friday before Shabbat.
That's wonderful. And I remember when we went, she gave you a blessing and you gave her a blessing.
Oh, she gives me a blessing every week. She's very fond of blessings.
That's wonderful.
And it's wonderful to receive her blessings.
Oh.
She's very, very sincere.
Sylvia, it's always been the greatest honor and privilege to know you, and
It's always been such a
meeting
pleasure
you,
to know you.
meeting you and Hannah, that reunion was something I will never forget. It was very special.
And you wrote so beautifully about her. And I'll tell her that I was with you today. She didn't know I was coming to see you. And she'll be very happy.
Wonderful.
Because she always asks me about you.
That's so kind of you. All the best, Sylvia, and be well and healthy, and God bless.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Healthy and happy, live many more years in happiness and gesund, and with much nachas from all your lovely children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. You should be well to enjoy them. Be well.
Hannah?
Thank you.
Hannah, can you do the blessing for
She's done it.
Nana?
יברך אותך, יפלח
It'll go down for posterity.
I want to bless you also if you let me.
Oh,
כן?
wow.